If you've been in therapy for, say, 3 years and you're still having the same conflicts with the same people, I hate to tell you, you're not in therapy. You're in a very expensive book club about yourself. Let's talk about therapy escapism. We're in a time where so many people approach psychotherapy like going to the gym, something you do indefinitely for health. And while I was trained well in multiple modalities, I disagree. It should be more like physical therapy. You go intensively, you do the exercises at home, and you graduate with new tools to draw from and a new healthy way to engage in life. And yes, you may need to revisit that PT a time or two, but somehow we've normalized therapy as this endless subscription service. And I'm seeing three ways that this plays out. First, using it to avoid the actual work. You spend an hour processing why you can't have a difficult conversation with your colleague. Great insight. Next week, same conversation, same avoidance. You've turned conflict resolution into content for your therapy sessions instead of actually resolving the conflict. Here's what nobody wants to hear. Therapy's maybe 5% of the change process. The other 95% is what you do between sessions. If you're not doing the homework, the hard conversations, the boundary setting, the behavior changes, you're just paying someone to watch you run in place. Second problem, therapy as this deep journey of endless self discovery. Jocelyn and I call this the eat, pray, love approach. Look, someone could argue that years of psychotherapy may be worth it, that the cost of unconsciously damaging people in your path outweighs the time and the financial investment. And, I can engage in that debate. I'm honestly not sure where I land. But here's what I do know: the conditions for that to work out well are actually quite rare. You need the right therapist, the right timing, the right approach. And one of the least discussed risks, this can create a new problem: self involvement that borders on narcissistic trait building and spiritual materialism. I am so evolved. I've grown so much. Let me tell you all about it, and along the way, tell you all about your problems that you need to solve. You become someone who goes to the therapy gym 5 days a week and mistakes showing up for actual transformation. And most people can't afford years of self discovery at $200 to $500 a session anyway. And when you're in crisis, it's usually when you're going, at least to begin with, you're not equipped to evaluate whether your therapist is even good at their job. I've had lackluster therapy and really only recognized it as such sometime after the fact. Third issue, the purely supportive approach, endless validation, unconditional positive regard. Tell me how that makes you feel. And people think they want this, or a lot of people do. It's comfortable, but comfort isn't the same as healing. Good therapy, the kind that actually works, like highly skilled physical therapy, requires sympathy, not empathy. Sympathy means I understand where you are. Empathy means I'm drowning in it with you. One moves you forward, the other keeps you stuck. Real progress happens when someone sympathizes with your pain, yes, then challenges your thinking. When they push you to test new behaviors out in the real world, to execute differently, to stop analyzing why you're stuck and start moving, start taking some interpersonal risks. Physical therapy hurts. I mean, you don't keep going because it feels good. You keep going because you're getting stronger and can measure the progress. And if you need evidence that therapy escapism is real, the number one use of AI chatbots right now, and continues to be, is as psychological helpers. People are literally choosing algorithms over human connection. They're not looking for challenge or change. They're looking for an audience, really, a judgment-free space to process forever. I rest my case. So, what does therapy look like when it actually works? It's time limited, it's goal oriented, it's uncomfortable. You have homework between sessions that you actually do. It pushes you toward the conversations you're avoiding, not away from them. It doesn't let you hide in insight. I understand why I do this is not the same as I'm doing something different now. You need both. And here's the thing, sometimes the answer isn't more therapy. Sometimes it's let's go have that conversation, set that boundary, make that decision you've been workshopping for 6 months. So if you've been going to psychotherapy for years, ask yourself, am I healing or am I hiding? Do the work, graduate, move on. Therapy should help you live your life, not narrate it.